Hi all, and thanks for watching. This is the 15th video in my Kingdom Come Deliverance playthrough. Now in the last video we did some training for reading, so we've started to learn how to read, and we were investigating the limping man in Urzitz, I believe it was called, and that was a result of the attack on Neuhof. So we're just going to continue on here as we had to meet with the village priest in order to further our investigation and hopefully get some information from him. So let's get started here. Okay, so we have to meet with him later in the day at the tavern. So let's just see in the evening. Okay, so it doesn't really give a time that we have to meet with him, just sometime in the evening. So I guess we'll see if we can find out any more information here since we're in town. And maybe I'll see if I can learn some more training, considering I have a bit of money saved up now, so I should be able to train in some skills. So let's see. Any perks? Okay, we've got a strength perk. Tight grip. Slow down. Okay. What about this? Okay. I guess even on the weapons backs. Okay, so we'll take this one here. So let's learn that one. And what do we have for skills here? Okay, horsemanship. Any other ones? Reading. Okay, heavy duty pony. What's that? Okay, I think we'll go with this one. The horse can carry more even though he's a bit slower. And let's do this one here. All books are cheaper, or I get tired and hungry twice as slowly as normal. I think I'll go with this one. The books are cheaper. Okay, do we have any reputation? 38, so that's not bad. Okay, so let's mount up and we'll take a ride around town here. See if we can learn any more information while we're actually waiting to meet with the priest here. Maybe get a bit more training.
Hey!
Are you looking for me? I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Oh, it's gray. Okay.
God preserve you, good knight. Can I do something for you?
Okay, she's got some new info.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask all you want, lad.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword, die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Everything about him was suspicious. I always gave him a wide berth.
Do you know what Lubosch was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
How would I know?
Do you know who Lubosch used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe if I ask around in the alehouse.
Good day to you. What do you need?
And
Good luck
it's
then.
grayed out. Okay, let's see. Where's the alehouse? That's the tavern. Traders, grocers, scribe. Okay. Grocer. So I don't think you can talk to them from the... Yeah, on the horse you can't talk to them. Villager. So is there anything here I haven't investigated? Okay, over there. And down here. Let's see. Quest giver. Okay, anything new? Okay, what's... That's just for the sword. Okay, so let's put a marker. I guess right here. There. Okay, we'll check out over here first. So I'll just throw a marker up. And we might as well explore while we're here. What's this? Loomer. Okay. Let's have a chat with Loomer.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight. Good luck.
Oh, he's grayed out. Just another villager. So it looks like an archery pit. Archery master. Okay, actually, let's see if he can train us.
God be with you.
Pretty sure I spoke to him already. Archery
Is
contest.
there someone here who can compete with me in archery?
Sure, there's always arrows flying here. First, I'll explain the rules to you. You shoot 7, 13 or 21 arrows, depending on who you're shooting against. The straw surround is worth 1 point, the white ring 2, and the bullseye 3. Whoever finishes shooting first gets 3 extra points. The round ends when everyone is finished shooting, and whoever has the most points wins. It's the custom to wager on it, to make it more interesting, see? The better the archers you shoot against, the higher the stakes.
All right, that seems straightforward.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at anything but the target. Otherwise, you're out. Got it?
Got it.
How good are you with a bow? So I can find you a suitable opponent.
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't matter. At least you'll get a bit of practice. Beginners shoot 7 arrows around. Splendid! Here's some arrows for you. But you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll round up the competition. Take care.
Okay. So let's switch arrows here. I want to use up my good arrows. Tournament arrows. Okay, there we go. Come on, draw my bow. A little bit higher.
The victor is Henry.
No, I won.
Over.
Watch it. You can't draw your weapon here.
Okay. Villager. Let's see if I can talk to him here.
Good day to you. What do you need?
May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, so I won a bit of coin there. Alright, let's check the map again. And we'll do a bit more exploring while we're waiting to meet with the priest. So I'll put a marker down there. And let's head down to that spot there.
Don't even remind me. I've never seen such a shoddy piece of work in my life.
I can't believe it.
Okay. So let's see. Actually, I'll stop here at the ale house. And we'll see if we can find anyone here that has some info. Townsman.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me. May the Lord...
Okay, I'm not very good at dice. It's the alehouse maid.
God preserve you, good knight. Can I do something for you?
No,
Goodbye.
that's grey too. Okay, I'll wait until I can come back and talk to the priest. So we'll just do a bit more exploring here. Okay, what do we have here? No, just down a bit further. The butcher. Okay. And anything else? Right down here. And they actually have a quest. Okay, so it's right there. Is there a road? No, there doesn't seem to be. I guess unless I go in here. So let's dismount, or actually I'll just go up here and ride in. Horse trader. Okay. Let's see what we can find here.
God be with you.
I'd like you to show me how to ride a horse better.
Certainly.
Okay. What level I am.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
Wouldn't you rather learn the basics first?
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
So 60,
Isn't that
let's
quite a
haggle
lot?
with them. See if he'll take 58.
Agreed. Now listen up. Good luck.
Alright, I've improved horsemanship. So that's good. Now his text was gray for asking him about the limping man, so I didn't bother asking him any questions. Alright. Actually, oh, he didn't seem to trade anything. Just wondering if maybe I could buy a better saddle or something. Okay. Horse trader. He must trade. Let's go back and see if there's actually somebody there that trades, maybe. Okay. So let's have a look around. Now, where'd that fellow wander off to? Let's talk to this fellow. Head groom. Okay.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me. Farewell.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So I can get a comparison. And it gives the horse armor. Okay, cumin spurs. Fine saddle. 2 saddlebags. Okay, what do I have? Okay, let me check my horse here. Oh, darn. Didn't mean to mount up. Okay. Plain saddle with saddlebag. And a plain bridle. Okay, so I'll move that to inventory. And a plain bridle. Not sure why he keeps opening that map. Okay, so let's dismount. And we'll grab a couple improvements for our horse.
May the Lord watch over you.
Okay, basic horse riding skills. Okay, I think I'll buy that. And grab that. Okay, so fine saddle with 3 saddlebags. Okay, 1.7k, and I have 2.5k. Okay, let's check here what we can sell. Okay, so we'll sell that. Okay, anything else I can get rid of? No. Okay, so let's check our basket. And we'll do a bit of haggling.
Let's talk about the price.
Well, we can try it.
Okay, so 1680. Let's try for 1640.
See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Oh, good. Okay. So let's equip our horse here. I'll equip those. And that to the horse. That. And the fine saddle bench. Well, the fine saddle. Okay. Capacity 346. Excellent. So that's quite a bit more than what we had before. And there was one more thing. So I'll equip those. And the horse is all set. Excellent. Oh, that looks nice. Okay. So let me just see. Okay, I'm at 102 of 105. Okay, so let's mount up. And we'll go back over to the scribe. And I'll try to learn the books I have. And then hopefully we can meet with the priest. Okay. So there's actually Quest Giver, that fellow I was talking to. But I'm just going to fast travel back over here. Okay, and we'll just go over to the scribe here. Okay, so let's sit down. Okay, so let's have a look here. So Hercules in his diet. And let's study. Oh, okay, so I've already read this book. Where's that other book that we picked up? Right there. Saddle sores riding, you're doing it wrong. Your lower back must move fluidly with the horse's movements. You mustn't wipe your arse with the saddle. Okay, basic horse riding skills. Okay, so it seems I can study 6 hours. So let's start. And that puts us to 5:30 in the afternoon. So we'll see if we can go talk to the priest now. Excellent. Skills. Horsemanship +1. Alright. Actually, what was my reading skill now? Skills. Reading 4 still. Okay. So let's see if we can find the priest at the ale house.
Mushrooms, apples, carrots, cabbage.
Parish priest in the evening. Doesn't seem to be here yet. Okay, maybe if I wait for a minute. Let's check around here. Oh, there's the bell ringing. Hey, let's wait for an hour here. Okay, that puts us at 7 o'clock.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight. Take care now.
Good health to you. Good luck to you.
Here he comes. Good. Okay. So we'll see where he heads to.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
I noticed there's a woman living with you at the presbytery.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But she cooks and cleans, and, well, as a man I have my needs.
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
I heard he was a bit odd.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
what do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
You've reached a new level in drinking. Really.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, do dnielo i rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrak, do wczera żylne staje krak. Už sejmoj svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jí kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Půjdem se váby a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra jen tu soudnej den. Tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Really?
I wonder what doing now.
Come on then, Ben.
Ow. You're dead.
Oh.
Ah! Hey.
Murka! Jesus Christ! Ow!
I'm gonna get thrown in the stocks for this. Okay, he's down. Okay. Climb the bell tower.
Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
I'm in a private area.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody hell. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, that was unexpected. Okay, let's see. Let's see, it's this. I think. Dispel hangover effects. Okay, I don't know if I have hangover. I'm drunk at the moment, so let's see.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague.
And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
All right. So let's see. Can I read that? Okay. Well, that was quite unexpected, but turns out I'll be able to get the information I need.
Look, he can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait. Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. In sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. I am here to tell you about Mother Church and to show you through my words how she is falling into decay and abandon, how the once great mother of all Christians is losing her dignity and trading in souls like the merchants in the temple. But I am digressing.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods, and other catastrophes. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters, Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that Hus.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you.
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Okay. So my horse was over at the ale house. Let's go down and see if our horse is there. Yep. Okay, so I seem to be overloaded here. Okay, I'm not wearing anything. So I guess we'll re-equip everything. Okay, so there's our weapons. What about some arrows? And get our armor re-equipped here. Okay. Now what do we got? Something. Okay, we'll guess move that. No. Actually, let's see. To move a few things over. Horsemanship and reached a new level in reading. Excellent. Okay, let's see. Drinking. Okay. Beer you get is 50% weaker, so you can drink more, but wine is twice as strong. Okay, I think I'll go with the beer one. Alright. Oh, do we have any other skills? Oh, reading, okay, yeah. Okay, being well learned, you make a better impression on people and get a +1 speech bonus when trying to persuade a guard. Oh, that sounds good. First time you look at fresco, cross, or wayside shrine, your charisma will increase temporarily by 2. Okay, so hungry and tired slowly. Okay, I'll go with that one. So let's see. So we'll learn that. And now that we're at 5, we can actually go down and see the scribe. And learn a bit more reading.
Apple!
Okay, where's the scribe? Just a bit ahead.
Sweeten up your day!
So that was kind of funny, spending a night out with the priest. I actually enjoyed that segment. Okay, so let's talk with the scribe here.
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
No, no more training.
Take care now.
Okay. So I guess I should find some place to save, because I think I've been playing here for about an hour or so. And I really don't like to go much past an hour for the videos, as they do take quite a bit of time to upload and then process when they're really long like this. So let's just find a place where I can rest. I wonder if it'll save if I go to that fellow's house, because I could sleep there. I'm not sure if it's saved. So let's go down here. His house was right down here.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's rest here and see if that saves the game. Okay, so they took his body down. Wonder if it's still stealing if you take anything. Yep. Okay, let's try and rest for an hour and see if the game saves here. No, it didn't seem to save. Okay, so I'm just going to use one of my savior snaps, and we'll just save here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if there are any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.